Alright, well now I've got feedback, huh? What did I just do? Did I just win? Was that the only thing I need to touch? No? Huh. I think it wore off. Everything just stopped. It might have been a coincidence that it all stopped then. Right when I did something. So red left, blue right. And those circles actually clearly have... the circles clearly have... a red or blue icon on them, the ones at the bases of the pyramids. Not pyramids, the weird conjoined spots. So these are all right. So I think left or right does not indicate red or blue. I think right just means on. So I just need them all turned on. And then at the switchboard, I make them go the right direction. And once it's all primed, I guess turn the heat on, because it looks like the heat has to be on for me to manipulate those switches. So I guess I'll just draw it again. And I guess there's like relatively sophisticated detection algorithm going on. Oh, I can just click this. There you go. Neat. Because that one worked before, so doing it automatically makes more sense than trying to do it again from scratch. There must be a relatively sophisticated system here to detect that. Man, his joints seem like they're backwards to a degree that is inconsistent. That is inconvenient. It seems like I'm telling it what path to take along the pipes. Do I now have a path I can walk? Yep, you can walk on this. Uh-oh. That's not good timing. Is the symbol still on it? I should have just checked manually. Where? Yeah. Okay. Oh, shit. We can see why they're called magical beings now. Or powerful beings. Crap. Damn it. First person. I was told that turning off mouse drive or whatever it's called would make it stop twitching, but that's not the case.
These are their tombs. And as they died here, so did all of Duchni. Guilty here, but my Duchni was innocent. May we rebuild structures, not leave tombs. Make them bring you to the keep, for it will run from you.
Make them bring you to the keep, for it will run from you. What did I just do? Let's try drawing this. You guys would be less creepy if you weren't constantly invisible around me, by the way. Like, yeah, the degree to which their legs are digigrade is next level. It's like excessive. There we go. Make them bring you to it. Hello. But it will run from me. Okay. Well, I think I can see the symbol, so maybe I just draw that. Oh, the mouse just took off into a different planet there. That seems about right. Hey! It does a decent job at interpreting the symbols, it looks like. So now if I use this, I can go back to the first one, then teleport there. Yeah.
You have found the keep, the destination for the slates. You've seen this pedestal already in Krier, where you started, and you'll see it again. It is in many places at once. Touch the slate to finish your task. Only you can make them solid. 3 remain. Return to the tunnels, the path that leads to Duchni, and you will find another book. Well done.
Really? Did I just beat this entire age? Is this maybe this is like the tutorial age? Because it was 2 puzzles, that one and then this one basically, and then we're done. That was super quick. There you are. So now it is solid. And so I guess I use you to get back to here. I think I intentionally went to world that was labeled number 1. It was probably the tutorial, sort of. That came and went quickly. Yep, that one is 1. That's 3. I believe that's 4. Am I remembering the symbols correctly? Yeah, that's 2. Yeah, the way I figured it out at some point is that 1's pretty straightforward, but 2, 3, and 4 actually look like the numbers 2, 3, and 4. I don't know if I've talked about this before or not, but if you look at this, it's like the number 2. Like, this is the curvature that makes up the top of a 2, and then it would go across like that. It's like if you zoomed in really close to the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this has the right angle that you find in a 4. It's kind of in a different direction though. Kind of rotated. And then if you drew a 3 right here, it'd be voop, voop. So like that little V in the middle is the V in the middle of a 3. So it's made it actually relatively easy to memorize the 4 symbols. And that's, if I remember correctly, it's a base 4 numbering system, so those are the only symbols. They just rotate and overlap. They keep rotating the symbols and stacking them and overlapping them to more complicated symbols, the same way that 1 and 2 combine to make 12 when you're writing them, potentially. And that's where I get more confused about how the numbering system works, because it's a lot more to keep track of about the logic of that stuff, but I at least have 1, 2, 3, 4 down. This was 2, right? Yeah. Take me. And so it is mine. Ooh. That's a dramatic reveal when you walk out of the... Okay. Wait. No, this probably is not the same place. Just looks a lot like the place where Cirrus was kept. I think that was his name. Prettier though, less desolate. It's equally as impossible visually. Look at that crater, or volcano. And look at all those oxbow lakes and meandering streams. So the reason why streams meander is whenever a stream is not completely straight, what happens is that the outside of the curve, like imagine that everything, all the water is going down the river at an equal rate. Not an equal rate. It's going down the river in an equal amount of time, including like all the water on the far left of the stream and all the water on the far right of the stream. That's not strictly true, but it's useful for imagining it. If a stream turns right, then all the water on the left side of the stream is going to have to cover much more distance in less time, and the stuff on the right is going to have to cover less distance in more time, or in the same amount of time. So like whenever you turn right, the left bank becomes this big long curve, whereas on the right bank you're basically taking a shortcut. It's like how in a racing game you're supposed to like hug the turns in order to have the shortest route, because when you're on the inside of the turn it's less distance, and on the outside of the turn it's much more distance. And so as a result, the water on the outside is moving faster, and the water on the inside is moving slower at each curve, which means that the water on the outside of the curve actually carries the most sediment and performs the most erosion because it is the highest activity water, whereas the water on the inside of the curve tends to deposit sediment and isn't really eroding because it is not high energy. It's not really being abrasive, it's not really acting upon the land under it that much. So as a result, any little tilt or meander in a stream will become more and more pronounced over time, because the outside bank will continue to pick up sediment and the inside bank will continue to deposit sediment, making it making the existing curvature only exaggerate further and further until you have these shapes where it's like how the hell is the stream even making that shape? The freaking connection point there is like so narrow that like why would it even bother going all the way around like that? And it's because it was originally a more or less minor deviation, and it got more and more exaggerated over time. The important thing here is that the water does have to be relatively slow for this kind of process to happen. Just because if the water's moving really fast and it's going like this, I'm just going to assume that's the direction the stream goes, and it could be coming from there. Oh yeah, it's coming from this side because this you can see where the river splits. It's like the river starts up here, splits off there, splits off there, splits off here, and so on. So if the stream is going really fast, it would be more likely just to cut across and end up cutting through, which does happen eventually. When this oxbow shape keeps going far enough in that direction, eventually these points will be close enough that the water will just end up cutting across. And then when that happens, it'll develop a new bank right here, and you'll just end up with this weird stagnant U-shaped lake that's now cut off from the original river, and it'll be left behind, and it might dry up or whatever, but the river will eventually just give up on it and go past it. And then the entire process can begin anew. The moment there's a minor deviation in its trajectory, it'll start expanding out like that all over again. In fact, you can see oh yeah, you can see one right there. There's an oxbow lake right here where it was originally going around, and then eventually the water just cut through. And so now there's just like a weird loop. And eventually that loop will be left behind. Because the river, it's more efficient for the river just to go straight than to use the loop. And it just kind of loops over and over again. It just keeps repeating this pattern of creating oxbow lakes and straightening back out and then looping back to ribboning again. It's just it's kind of an infinite loop. I don't see any abandoned lakes around here. Oh, that might be one. No. Maybe. Anyway. I had to do a report on that shit. I think I did a presentation on Oxbow Lakes in the same class where I did a presentation on columnar jointing. That was a while ago. We've got glowing crystal column lights. Knowing these games, it's probably in some kind of magical, naturally occurring light source gem, and not necessarily one that's powered, but we'll see.
Todelmer, built to study the heavens, and glorious heavens you will find here. I'm only sad we were never allowed to finish. I've told you some of the story. Yesha's great-grandmother, Tiarna, came to us desperate for control, convincing our people to betray rules we had held for generations. And we died. Yesha claims such death, as painful as it was, had to be done. A plan of the Maker, and that she will rebuild. She will rebuild. I will tell you, such delusive wisdom comes from vague feelings and daydreams, and the tablet you will have is far too powerful for such wisdom. Todelmer, enjoy the beauty of the heavens while you consider the power that can control them.
Hello there. It is exceptionally red in here, and that redness does not apply to my tablet, which is standing out to me like crazy. probably just all not powered on again. That happens a lot. Lots of numbers up there. There we go. Just find the configuration that makes it the lightest. Do we have power out here now? I'm getting a mechanical hum, that's for sure. If I put this down, where would it go? I should hold on to it. I haven't seen an altar. Noisy. I was gonna say, how does it react if I go outside of its zone? But it can only go around inside of the non-red zone. Yeah. It cuts off otherwise. And we can do 3 zoom configurations. So I'm gonna want 4 sets of coordinates. Right? There's a lot of coordinates up there. Ooh. Something's moving. Oh, that's just the reflection of the room around me. I thought it was a static image of something that, like, was on its way to almost being useful. But no, they're all just images of stars, and the columns and stuff, that kind of visual, it's just the room behind me. And it's just this one's got a messed up video feed. Huh. That thing's slowly moving? What is up with that? Maybe it's the movement of the object? I can't see what I'm doing coordinate-wise. Is it still there? It's still there. It's about to leave. It might have left already. Because that's the symbols of the... of where it was going. That might be the basis of that. It might cycle through a bunch of locations. And you have to have it pointing there at that time. I want to look around a little bit more. Before I bang my head against that. I take it this is impassable to me, I guess. No, it seems that that's the only thing I have access to. Those look interesting. Am I controlling those with these things that I'm messing with? Or is it something else? Oh. Pac-Man window 1. Is that exclusively just the coordinate of where I currently am, or what? Okay, this thing just reached the bottom. What does it do now? It's like pointing outward and across, slowly. It moves at an agonizing speed. I wonder if I can change its speed. Did this thing power down or anything? Seems pretty powered on still. Don't do that. Uh-oh. Did I just freeze the game by doing that? Whoa, there we go. Game's back. Yeah, don't power it off. Almost powered off the game. That was a thing.